Hey, Cornerstone. I know this week, for at least me and my family, has been an absolutely crazy week. And it's not only been for my family, it's been for our nation and for our world. In so many ways, many of us don't know what to do with what's going on with the coronavirus. But here's the thing, and I wanted to do this video for this purpose. Number one is just this. We fully believe wholeheartedly that God is in absolute control. And we believe with every time that something happens in the world that seems so out of control, seems so unexplainable, behind that is a God that's seeking to do some pretty powerful things. And so on one level, we're trying to be cautious, we're trying to be concerned about people, but on another, we really are looking as the church, like the church has always done throughout time, to take this moment and see where God is moving and just join Him in that way to bring hope to a world that desperately needs it. One of the ways in which I think we bring hope to the world is that in not being fearful, but in also being wise, we show them how Christians are supposed to live. As you know, our governor has asked us not to meet in groups over 250. And so let's, not only out of care and concern, but out of wisdom, make a decision based upon our population that we live in to make sure that we love our world as Jesus would love the world in that way. Now, for many, we wonder then, well, what are we going to do? Well, we do what the church has always done for just hundreds and hundreds of years. We figure out new ways to meet. We can meet at homes, we can meet with friends. And so over these next few Sundays, that's what we're going to encourage you to do, is to not come to Cornerstone, but instead, out of love for our community, our love for Jesus, we're going to choose to meet with our friends and our family on these weekends to celebrate Jesus together. Now, that doesn't mean that we're not going to gather together in the way that our time and era allows us to do. You know this, that now we're able to gather together online. And so every single Sunday, probably for the next 3 weeks, we'll see what happens. It could go a little bit longer. We're going to be gathering at 10:30, all of us, and we're going to live stream the service. We're going to have time again as we gather in our homes with our family and our friends. And I would even say this, invite your neighbors. If anybody needs hope, our neighbors need the hope in Jesus Christ. But through that, we will continue to fellowship together. And at that time, about May, April, somewhere in there, we'll gather back together like we've always done to worship Jesus Christ. The thing that you're going to need to do is pay attention not only to our website, but to our weekly newsletter that comes out. It'll fill you in on everything. It'll fill you in on things like this particular Sunday at 10:30, we'll be on Facebook. Now, in Sundays to come, that may shift around. But again, check the website, check the weekly newsletter, and you'll be able to stay informed on what it is that you need to do. So this weekend, when you come to our online experience, let me just say this. I acknowledge wholeheartedly that oftentimes it can seem very cold and maybe even sterile. One of the ways that we feel we can mitigate that is not only how we communicate with you, but on Facebook, there's an opportunity within the comments section for you to interact with us, to let us know what's going on and how we might pray for you. Our hope is that in this time, not only that you can stay close to your family, your friends, and the Lord, but you can stay close to your church family. Over the next few weeks and months, I really do believe that maybe the greatest impact won't be in the physical area of sickness, but could actually be in the impact that it has upon us and maybe our financial needs or just well-being needs. We want you to know this, and this is what Cornerstone has always been about. If you're a part of this family, we want to figure out how to help you if you truly are someone who's in need. So if over this time anything comes up, please don't hesitate in the least to reach out to us and to work with us, because we are your church family. So let me finish this way. The church is going to be here whether we meet on a weekend or we don't. The elders will be here, the pastors will be here, the staff will be here, you'll be here. But in the midst of all of this, please don't miss what God's doing here. I totally understand this is a tragedy. God never intended this world to live in sickness and in death and in the heartache that we're experiencing right now. But the one thing that we've learned about the person of Jesus, when He came to this world, He entered into that hurt, that heartache, that sin, and that pain. And I always love what God does in the midst of that. And so as Cornerstone Church, now's the day. Go enter like Jesus Christ would have entered this world and love people in the name of Jesus so they might know him with all of their heart. And God bless you all. We'll look forward to seeing you online this weekend.